And welcome to the Baron Break. So, I was just in church, Baron. Just in church. Just sort of turned up. They must have had maybe a 7:30 mass. I think this is the Catholic Church. 7:30 mass. Is that right on a Sunday? So yeah, had breakfast. Went to the bakery. Had a 3-pack finger bun, and then sort of across the road was the church. The Catholic? Actually, I think they said Anglican. Is Anglican Catholic? Is that the same thing? I don't know. But anyway, went to church and they just and they finished. We finished the service. So yeah, it was all right. I tend to do this, and you can see sort of that's where the Baron was yesterday at Adventus, across the road. Adventus. So yeah. And so, what's the agenda today, Baron? Well, yeah. So got a ticket for the 75th anniversary of the regiment, and they're playing an orchestra at the theatre. There's a theatre in Bundaberg or Bundy. Should be all right. It's pretty much full. It's pretty much packed out. So I got that 2:30, and then tomorrow I may even go to the RSL just to get the full flow of hearing the regiment. I think is it a fundraiser? Could even be a fundraiser or it might be a voluntary something from the Rotary Club. And then tomorrow, tomorrow Monday, and head to Gladstone, Bundaberg Gladstone, only a couple of hours, and may go to maybe go to Elliot Heads, or may go to Lady Musgrave. Musgrave, is it? Island. Depending on transport, could do that tomorrow. Get a bus somehow there, and then a ferry across. So yeah, it just depends. Yeah, Bundaberg is about transport. How can you schedule transport? Now the Turtle Eco Tour, I thought it was all right. But looking back on it, if I'd known that I would have had to get a shuttle, which was going to cost $110 return, I may not have scheduled it, because I had to change the accommodation as a result of doing this. But it was okay. It is a feature in Bundaberg. It's not that far from Bundaberg, and we did see turtles coming out of the hatch and walking down the beach into the water. So that's not actually guaranteed. Yes, you will see turtles, but you're not guaranteed to see them actually walking down the beach. So maybe that was a bonus. And at the same time, I didn't do Fraser Island. I'm missing other things. I'm not going to Lady Elliot, which would have been, I don't know, it could have been 500. And then if you stay there overnight as well, or if you go to Heron Island, you have to stay overnight. It could be sort of close to 400. So yeah, you kind of have to spend a bit of money, Baron. Yeah. Okay. Probably leave it there. We'll touch base later on, maybe at the 75th anniversary of the regiment. I was going to say, yes, there was a notice board. I may just put up the minuscule ant, because at the end of the day, it is a prayer. If you're to read out this minuscule ant as a prayer, well, just given the fact that when Baron wrote that minuscule ant poem on the Buddhist retreat, and we then did a ritual. I then put the poem into a bowl of water, and then there was a storm. There was a storm once we left the temple or the where we do the meditation on the retreat, and it was a localized storm, and it was a lightning. It didn't collapse. It went for hours. It almost went all night. And was that as a result of writing that poem? Well, I don't know. So it's interesting. So that's why I think that is spiritual. That poem is spiritual, and I think it's worth distributing this poem and people reading out this poem as a prayer in a temple or a church. And that's why I'm going to put and that's why I typically put up this minuscule ant on notice boards and typically in churches as a prayer request. Okay, we'll leave it there. And that was the Baron Breaks. Anyone for a Bundy?